as Corinne and Cherie are beautifully styling. And then, you know, everybody's different. So the rule with the shoes is the colour scheme is red and white. So you can choose your own trainers, red and white. And then our youth staff, their colour is blue. So they can choose their own trainers, but blue. Because hey, they've got to do a lot of walking, right? Renee, you've obviously got an incredible uniform.
That's right, to wear all white.
Yeah?
But I'm not sure I could wear those short shorts.
No? These are uniform. These are uniforms. So I don't get a uniform. My uniform is my own clothes. So I've got to bring all of my own clothes with me. I'm like Paris Hilton. I turn up with about 8 suitcases on the gangway. They have to crane them on. But I've got a different suit for every night. I've got loads of different costumes, loads of different outfits. You know, I've got to change quite a lot throughout the day with lots of different events. And I've just got to look smart, casual and fun. And I've got to look like myself. So I clearly went into the shop and said, hi, can I have some boat shoes, short shorts and a polo shirt. Oh well, I have got short tan.
They said they have ink already, ink pen already.
But yeah, so different jobs have different uniform. But yeah, in guest-facing areas, you've always got to be in your uniform. But nice. You're going to come and work on a cruise ship one day. You're 11 years old, did you say? I've got about 10 years left and then he's got my job. Okay.
I think you're either going to be famous or a really successful businessman.
Yeah, nice. Very cool.
I'm on the Playlist Live cast, so like, how was the casting process and getting hired and signing contracts? Like all that, how did you end up working on the ship, performing full time?
What a good question, Rockstar.
Yeah, I love that. So I basically went to a live audition for Carnival, and I didn't actually get the job, so they cut me the first time I went, which was yeah, good. And I was really sad. Obviously, I was like, I'm never going to work.
When you see the number, just point.
And then all I really wanted to do was work for Carnival. So I sent the video, and I put together a really good show reel. So snippets of, well, I thought it was good. Snippets of me singing, dancing, you know, doing different things that I can showcase. And then I sent that to the cast and booking team. This was a few years ago. And,
she also wants wine.
And they just gave me a call within 10 minutes. I was really lucky. And they said, you can go on the Carnival Paradise. So I went to that was my first contract, and then I just basically signed the contract, and then yeah, was on board before I knew it. So
I mean, everybody says this, but I've got to have the best job in the world. I really think I do. I absolutely love my job. I'm really new to Carnival. I've been here about 3 months with Carnival now. I've got 20 days left on this ship, and I absolutely love every single day. I worked at ships before for a different company, but yeah, I just love it here. I really do love my job. And I hope you think I'm doing a good one, otherwise I won't have one. Cheers, Steve. I think we all love our job. You've got to love your job, right? To work so far away. You've got to love your job. I mean, what's better? I mean, I get to speak to all of you and laugh all day. You get a huge round of applause from these wonderful people every night. And you get to look after us, so.
For me, it's I love my job, obviously the crew, but the guests as well. You know, we have some diamond guests here who sailed with me on some other ships. So you get to see them again, and it starts to become family, and you start to see different crews. So it's, yeah, it's an amazing experience.
Yeah, we all love our job.
Place, and I really want to go to Disney World.
So what you're saying is, Mum, I love this cruise, I've had fun, but next time, we're going to Disney World. You are so great.
Yeah, so absolutely. We have a process. Obviously, some of our crew share cabins, so we do offer a very discounted rate for our guest cabins for them. But for us with single cabins, they can sail with us for up to a certain amount of weeks per contract. So for me, my family can come for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Renee's got 2 beautiful daughters, so he hasn't taken them up on that invite just yet. I'm sorry, a son and a daughter. A son and a daughter. You haven't yet brought the children on board. They want to go to Disney World instead.
My son is 3 and my daughter's 11. Yeah.
But yeah, one day they'll come on board. So they're already training at home, aren't they?
Exactly.
The hospitality training, ready to come and work. Yeah. Yes. 3 years old, he's this tall. You went, one of them's 3, the other one's 11.
Well, it's been a while since I've seen them, so.
Hey, I'm Rene's honorary son on here. He looks after me every day. We got another question there.
Staffing with now being at full capacity on the ships.
Head of the staff.
So, as a lot of you may have known who started to sail earlier this year, around December, January, we had big challenges. So we had to simplify a lot of our operations. But come June this year, we're back to full manning on our ships. The United States government have been amazing to us because we had a big backlog of visas. So I'm very, very happy to say that we're nearly at full capacity for crew and guests.
Yeah, so thanks for coming back, everybody.
So 2 questions. First of all, do you need a doctor? And secondly, is there a formal process for going from ship to ship? Is that a promotion, or is it just based on what they need at any given time?
So you're a doctor. Incredible stuff. Nice, yeah, thank you very much, Cruise Mates. Yeah, we're in the same bands.
I've got a really bad back actually, and I wonder.
I've always, is anybody a doctor? They always say that in the films, and yeah, you must be very proud to say yes. Yeah, we've actually got 2 doctors travelling on board. Now there's an interesting fact about this, isn't there, Rene? The ship can sail without a captain, it can sail without the hotel director. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow they can sail without me. I don't know how. But you cannot move a ship if you do not have your doctor on board. So we've got 2 on board. We've got 3,000 guests, 1,100 crews, over 4,000 people on this ship. So we have 2 senior physicians and doctors on board. And yeah, the medical open hours are for the whole team on board. It doesn't matter, the guest and crew, we get looked after by the doctor on board. So yeah, we're always hiring. It's fantastic. You work, you know, on the 7 seas looking after people, right? Oh, and about the ship-to-ship transfer. So at the end of your contract, Rene, you can help out with this one if you like. At the end of your contract, just before you go home, you'll get the chance to, you can either bid or you can request another contract afterwards. So the aim is to not let crew members go home without knowing where they're going next, really. That's right, isn't it? And for entertainment, you can bid and request which ship you'd like to go on next. People may like another one, or in myself and Rene's position, and in Corin's as well, because we are part of the management team, we get moved by our managers in the office, ship to ship. So, you know, you can see in the future where you're going. My next ship, in a month today, I'll be on my next ship, which is the Carnival Vista out of Galveston, out of Texas. Yeehaw! There we go, we're off. It's yeah, I'm going to miss this ship because I think this one's pretty perfect, but I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely get my steps in. I think it's a bit bigger. But yeah, you can request to go on other ships, but usually it would happen automatically. Someone would go, okay, well, Cherie's contract's nearly up, but
hours, especially in the captain area. I'm just curious. There's 1 captain, correct?
yeah.
So what are your technical shift hours?
So the shift hours vary from crew member to crew member. Rene?
He's doing the rotors in his head.
Rene's trying to work it out.
So obviously the shift hours for the crew depends on the demand of our guests. For people like the captain, obviously we have captain, we have staff captain, who's our second in command of the ship. So they basically take turns in different watches that we have on board. And for example, the officers on deck do what they call an on-watch duty, which is a 4-hour period. So very, very short. Obviously, it's safety critical. For myself, it's as the business demands, so I'll be up early in the morning, around at night, obviously for the shows, for the dinner, and then usually try and find a nap in between there sometime. But for Louis, he's always around. So usually when you guys are in a port of call, if we don't want to get off the ship, then we're asleep.
Yeah, we really like Cozumel because we sleep all day. No, but it's pretty, wherever you are, I try and be as well. So I'm up quite a lot. But yeah, our jobs are pretty much all the time. And then the lovely Corinne, as well as doing 2 fantastic shows. They also rehearse these shows every day. They do sound checks, warm-ups, safety checks, and a very long rehearsal period. That the next cast, excitingly, are getting on very soon, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting on the 17th.
Yeah,
and they've been rehearsing for 6 weeks, so then we will do a transitional period. I'll stay on and help the new team get the shows up and running, and then I'll leave and I'll go on my lovely vacation.
Yeah, fantastic. But for our normal day-to-day crew members, 10 hours a day would be the cut-off point. So 10 hours in a 24-hour cycle. So that could be, that's 2 night shifts, so that could cross over like that. Or it could be a day shift or a breakfast and a dinner, breakfast and lunch. It's all worked out depending on which area they are. But yeah, we're always hiring, sir, so I'll see you soon. Any other questions at all? We've got around 15 more minutes left. Get your bingo tickets. We've got one there, and then we've got the lovely Tonya over here. Yep. Cool. I'll go first. I'm very lucky. I've only been on ships for about 5 years, but I've managed to sail from Iceland all the way up to India. I've been across the transatlantic about 10 times, all around Asia. And my favourite port of call is either Thailand, where this man lives, or Singapore was pretty cool, docking in Singapore. So neither Carnival offer, but probably I'd like to go to Alaska and Australia one day. That would be what I'd like to do. I've been to Iceland and I'm sure it's very similar to Alaska, and I've always wanted to go to New York. I'm a Frank Sinatra, maybe. This is
Nassau, I need Nassau because Starbucks and Subway are near the pier.
Yeah, that's worth saying. We look for different things in a port than you do.
Yeah, and home port would have to be New Orleans. Everything's so close. It's amazing, and the people are incredible.
You're pronouncing it wrong.
Sorry.
New Orleans. Hey, I had 2 hours on Bourbon Street. It's all I needed. I went to Cafe de Mont. I had a beer, a beignet. I watched Steamboat Willie. They were an old school jazz band. Fantastic. And then I looked down the rest of Bourbon Street and went back to the hotel. But yeah, a great place. We got a question over here.
I know. Have any crew members ever gotten married on board?
I don't know if they've got married on the ship. Well, if I suggested that to my girlfriend, I know she'd say no. But lots of people are married within a couple and on board. For example, this lovely lady to my left.
I'm sorry everyone, I'm joking. Yeah, I'm married to Ruben, he's in the rock band, so we met 8 years ago, and we didn't meet on ships, but we came to ships together, and we didn't get married on a ship either. We got married in Scotland, but we are able to travel and work together. It's amazing, and Carnival are so good at keeping us together, you know, making sure that that's a priority, and it's great for us because although I'm not with my family, I can be with him, so it's amazing. And going back to what the doctor asked as well, a lot of that determines your next contract. So obviously his position, there's one of him and there's one of me, so they have to make sure that when they line up your contracts that there's a position for both of you. So that can determine where you go next and what your next vacation time is. So yeah, but there's a lot of couples that have met on Carnival and got married. Actually, one of the girls in the cast is married to someone on board and they met on Carnival. So
that's actually a great point. Everything's done on an app now, so you can actually link your profile with your loved one, with your partner. So me and my girlfriend have got the same link, so perhaps somebody, I mean my managers know, but if they wanted to put me somewhere, it would ping and go, this person is linked with, and it would say who it is. And that could be anybody, from a housekeeping team member to restaurant staff. If you wanted to put Dharma, fantastic hardworking Dharma, they might want to put Dharma on the brand new ship in the fleet. And Dharma might have a wife, and they'd go and put Dharma on there, and then it would pin up and say Dharma's wife works in a restaurant, and then they try and link them up together. But as far as the wedding goes, it's a blessing, it's a matrimony blessing, and you've got to be a US citizen to do it on a ship, is that right, I believe?
I believe so, yeah.
So it's probably rare for crew members to do it, but I've been to a blessing on a bridge before with crew members, and I've witnessed loads of proposals as well.
Any strange experiences on the ship that you'd like to share?
In light of Halloween, I see what you did there, because now I have to answer it. Have we had any strange experiences on a ship?
You mean like scary ones?
Yeah, do you mean scary? Like, apparently this ship, you can say this one, I don't like saying it, it's bad luck just to say it.
Are you sure? Are you sure I should say it?
Well, apparently it's...
No, there is a superstition with certain nationalities on board in our housekeeping department, and I'm not sure how true it is, but they don't like to clean backstage here at certain times of the evening. I'm not sure if it's just because the lights are down and it's very dark, or what it might be. But actually there is another superstition that I haven't explained, is the epaulets. So when you see these, the certain way that the rope goes, if it's going the wrong way, it's very bad luck. And if you don't put the left or the right, it's also bad luck.
Yeah, really?
Apparently, yeah.
Pretty much every cruise ship never has a deck 13 or a lifeboat 13. That's an old tradition that carries on through. Even if you got the Mardi Gras, the celebration, they got, 20-something decks, but they don't have a deck 13. It'll go deck 12, deck 14. Same with lifeboats, same with everything, because that's we think that's asking for bad luck. So they don't do that. Any superstitions? Very superstitious. Oh, so yeah, I had to do that, and I had very tight pants on, shall we say. And this isn't a scary, haunted, well, it might have haunted some people, but my trousers ripped all the way through. And I just carried on. I was like, yeah, come on, yeah, woo. And I thought, wow, the crowd are loving it. Everyone's screaming, cheering. A few people got their iPods out. No, I'm joking, everyone was cheering and screaming. And I went backstage and I was like, wow, the cast. I was saying to all the cast, the crowd are amazing out there. And my cast manager at the time was going, my pants had split all the way through. And a bit like if anybody plays American football, on stage the boys would wear similar, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I stood like this for one of it, everyone's going crazy. I was embarrassed and I'm very proud. But yeah, since then I've been a cruise director and not a performer.
I think you split your pants, no?
No way.
I have.
These are flexi. I've hurt my knee, I know that.
Lucky we have a doctor here.
Yeah. Is anybody a doctor? Rennie, I know you've had a uniform mix-up.
A lot of times we've fallen over, I'm so clumsy, so I fall over all the time. Or there was one time when we had, talking of like manning issues, we had a dancer had to go home for injuries. So we were doing a lot of covering so that we don't have an extra person, so one of the singers was covering for the dancer and so on. And I wasn't really used to the costume that I was wearing. So I went on and I just had my like show bra, like a dance belt on. And obviously some people are more gifted in other areas, so obviously it was not okay for me not to be wearing a top. And I ran on and I didn't realise that my top hadn't zipped up properly, so then one of the boys dragged me off stage because obviously it could have been really unlucky for everyone involved. So yeah, there's loads of things that happen, like, people forget, we have like hair pieces sometimes, and one girl forgot to put her hair piece on, so literally she just had her slick hair back, and we all had these lovely hair pieces, and she felt so awkward. So loads of things happen. I love it. It's my favourite thing to happen on.
That's what you got to do in tonight's show. You got to keep watch. No, I'm joking.
It's brilliant. One time someone forgot to go on stage with a mic on.
Oh no.
It was awful. It was like their first week. They were first contract. Their first.
Brilliant stuff.
Has there been any ships that y'all have been on that has left people in a different country?
Yes. What a question for Renee.
Unfortunately, yes. We do leave people behind. So that's why we're so strict with our back on board time. We do have some leniency depending which ports we're in, because obviously we need to make the next port. We have 3,000 other people on board, and we can't keep you guys waiting for 2 people that had too many tequilas in Cozumel. So we do leave people behind.
But we try and pack all their belongings in a suitcase, and then we just chuck that overboard. And we leave it in every port we go to. There's somebody called a port agent. They're like the manager of the port. They're our point of contact. So if you were late, for example, we'd pack your stuff, we'd leave your passport with them, and that would be it. We'd have no further contact with that person. They would then work out their way to get home.
Actually, we don't even pack the bag, to be honest.
No?
We give the passport, and
that's it.
And then we offload the luggage in.
Yeah, in the home port, yeah. I saw you're all laughing and saying, I saw you all in Cozumel up on deck 10, waiting to look at the 100-meter racetrack. all the quayside. Really, I was trying to do an event. There was about 300 people looking over like that. And I can always, this is a tip for you. You can always tell if somebody's late because you will see Rene out there. Somebody will be out there waiting to see if they can see that person because he's got to do the final call, right? And I looked over, you weren't there. There was you or Vasilios wasn't there, and I said, don't worry, nobody's going to be late. But sometimes, yeah, the horn goes and you see people. Corin! And our hotel director, Rene.
And our amazing cruise director, Louis.
I'll see you later, team. Thank you very much. Thanks for a fantastic cruise, family. Good luck in the bingo. It really has been fantastic. And I'm glad we got to answer some questions, even if we didn't answer all of them. Good luck in the bingo, family. And thanks for having fun. My favourite flavour is vanilla.